Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar, Importance of DevMar, Develop Marketing in the Tech Ecosystem. So it's actually going to be quite a very snappy conversation about what DevMar is and why DevMar is an important role, not just in the DevRel space, but entirely in the tech ecosystem. My name is Trustin Okori. I've been in developer relations and marketing space for over 5 years, and helping developers and building developer communities is one of the activities that I love doing. So this particular topic is actually very passionate because it really dives deep into the real benefits of having people in dev space in the tech ecosystem. But of course, the first question is what is DevMar? What is developer marketing? We've all heard about DevRel, developer relations, and there's very little or no focus or conversations happening around developer marketing. So what exactly is developer marketing? So there's marketing and then there's the developer. So what is developer marketing? Most times people actually misunderstand this to be when developers are marketing. So it's people actually understand this from the perspective of a developer who is marketing something rather than what it actually is. So what exactly is developer marketing? So there are different definitions, but this on the screen is the easiest and the most defined definition that you can get. Develop marketing is marketing to developers. It's B2D, unlike B2C, which is marketing to customers or consumers. A B2D, B marketing to businesses. So in this case, it's marketing to developers, right? So it is B2D. So whatever we take developer to use is develop marketing. That process of taking a product or a service to developers to use and be aware of is develop marketing. So there are essentially three things that develop marketing is trying to achieve. One is awareness, adoption, and advocacy of developer products. So any product a developer is to use and we use is entirely develop marketing. So develop marketers have the role and are tasked with awareness of the products, the adoption of that product, and driving advocacy of that product to developers. Now, why is this important? This is important because we'll talk about there are different reasons, but we'll look at just four reasons why this is important. There are different companies, different startups, different software as a service companies, SaaS companies coming up every now and then, especially targeting to infrastructure for developers to use. So why do we need developer marketing as a role in the space? The first is that companies need to know their users. That's an error there. Has to be need to know their users. So companies who are sprouting, companies who want to engage the developers or the users need to know who they are. Who are the developers? Where are they? How do we get to them? So developer marketing is that role in the tech space that is tasked with understanding the pain developers are going through, the problems that they need solutions for, where can they be found, how can we get to them, how can we drive revenue and usage of a developer. The developers need these people who are working in DevMar, DevRel in order to skyrocket or in order to scale their marketing and outreach programs. Very essential. Why? Yeah, we can hire any marketing person, we can hire sales engineers, we can hire anybody, digital marketers, but to properly get a value for marketing money and budget, we need someone, a group of people who will call the DevRel team or DevMar team, who understand what developers need better than anybody else. So we can't hire a B2C or B2B person to do a B2D work. We need someone in that space. So the companies really need you, if you're in DevRel space, to understand who their audience is and essentially reach your product to them. The second reason is there's a need to build trust. There are so many tech communities in Nigeria, so many in Europe, in Africa, there's so many. there has to be a front, a bridge between these communities and the companies. And that bridge is trust, and that trust is being built by those in DevMart, DevRel space. There's a need for trust because unlike B2C, where you can easily convince anybody to buy your product, B2B needs some kind of relationship. That's the whole idea of developer relation. It has to be a relationship between the community or the developer with the product. There has to be a reason why they're going to take your SDK, your API, whatever you're offering to them than the other alternative that they've been using before. That's trust and the community. So you need people in the DevRel space to do this properly, build a community or engage other communities to scale your product. The third reason why development marketing is essential is for adoption. Every company essentially is gunning and aiming for adoption. We want developers to use our products. We want them to build and deploy using our solutions. Development marketer, DevMar people are the people who can drive this adoption. They understand the campaigns, they know where conferences to go, they know how to engage in this conference, they know they know exactly what articles to write to get attention and eventually, ease developer experience. And so developer marketing is an essential role to increase and drive adoption among developers. The fourth reason why developer marketing is important is gathering feedback and insights. Anybody can gather feedback, but it takes someone who understands how developers think to know what feedback to gather and filter those feedback to the development team to know what to build next. So remember that bridge we talked about earlier. So that development marketing person is in the communities, the conferences, taking down notes, feedback. What do we build next for developers to use? It's not working. Let's add this feature. Let's remove this feature. Let's add all of these things. Very essential. So feedback and insight is one of the key roles that development marketing play in entire SaaS B2D based solutions and companies. So DevMar and DevRel are all working together, but this was used during the DevMar Camp program at BCamp to explain clearly difference between DevRel and DevMar. So in DevMar, let's use that as a code room, illustration, a code room illustration. We need two things. We need to get items to the code room. We need to chill the items. So development marketing is tasked with getting those items to the code room, doing campaigns, running ads, writing articles, going to conferences. We want people's attention to how to get into the code room. Why DevRel is tasked with keeping the code room chill. So they all have to work hand in hand. So this is essentially why development marketing is important, to help companies get more developers to use their products and eventually keep them chilled in, so to speak, using this illustration. Now, there are different career paths important or essential for anyone in this space. You can be a development marketing manager properly, doing most of the things needed, or you can niche down to be a technical writer, tasked with technical content marketing that would interest developers in the awareness phase and eventually get into the adoption phase. Sales engineering, particularly for technical B2D or B2B2D. So this is a different type of B2D marketing. There has to be intersection between B2B and developers together, or you could marketing to a technical audience like a CTO, CIO, all this C-level executive in technical space. You can see your knowledge in DevMart to also gone for sales engineering roles. Marketing and engineer, so you're combining your technical skill with the marketing and sales skills, makes sense. And then dev manager, dev engineer, tackle the awareness part of it, doing demos similar to developer advocates, and then a program manager, community manager for developer outreach. These are many different roles. If you understand the essential goal or reason why we need a DevMar person in organization, it's easier to know where you can fit in all of these processes, right? So we need to understand, you need to understand where you can be positioning yourself into, but essentially you need to understand how development marketing works before you can pick your role and your niche, regardless of where you want to go to. So a career in DevMar is satisfactory. It is actually booming because we see more and more developer tools, more APIs, developers will continue building, will have more solutions. So who do we rely on to help developers succeed with our product? Is those in DevMart, DevRel. So the feature is bred for the role, and ultimately it starts with awareness, adoption, advocacy of a developer product. So if you are interested to actually pursue a career in DevMart, then definitely check out the BCamp bootcamp for develop marketing certification course, or check out the master classes on the BCamp platform. So yeah, any questions you have can be answered. Regardless of where you see this video, probably on YouTube, you can drop in your questions and it will be answered. So thank you so much for attending today's section.